learned about how to decomposing the problem. Okay, problem decomposition, rule-based system for problem decomposition. Now we are going to learn rule-based expert system for problem decomposition. So here we need to learn what do you mean by expert system. Okay, so before going to the formal definition, let us just imagine that there is a doctor. What does a doctor do? You go to a doctor. You tell him what are your what are you suffering from? What are your symptoms? Based on his experience and his knowledge, he gives you the proper decision. Like you're suffering from so and so disease, and these are your this is your medicines. Okay, ailment. He suggests you. So this is just an example. So who is a doctor? Doctor is expert in his particular field. So what we have to do over here is computer system we need to design, okay, which will be able to take decisions. Fine. Same as human expert takes. Okay. So this is nothing but an expert system. So we are trying to make computer to copy the decision making ability of human expert. So that is nothing but expert system. So everything is around knowledge. Okay. So if I want to solve complex problems, I need knowledge. In order to do this, we need knowledge. So you can see over here, this is doctor, human expert. In a particular field, I want to have taken doctor. Knowledge engineer is that. So these are engineers. What they will do is they will take the experience, they will take the information, they'll take the knowledge from the doctor, and they will build this particular system, and finally the system will be given to the end user, that is a common man who can use this particular system. Okay, so we have to learn how this system works. This system is nothing but expert system. So expert system require domain expert, then knowledge engineer, and various parts of the system are there, and finally the system will be given to end user who can use this particular expert system. So this end user, rather than visiting to doctor, he can use the system and he can get the results. So let us see how it works. Rule-based expert system is using these two things. One, it uses long-term memory, and second, it uses short-term memory. Now in our previous video, we have already learned what do you mean by production rules, right? LHS gives RHS, LHS derives RHS. And we have also seen facts. Facts are nothing but the things which exist, findings which exist, right? So we have production rules and we have facts. Using this production rules and facts, both are used, and reasoning is done, and based on this reasoning, conclusion is derived. This is done with the help of rule-based expert system. So I have rules. So over here I have rules. Over here I have facts. Both are used together, by reasoning is done, and I get the conclusion. So here we have detailed diagram of it. So first one we will see, it is nothing but knowledge base. Okay, knowledge base. What do you mean by knowledge base? Here I'm going to have all the knowledge. So suppose, let us see, if I'm suffering from fever and cough and cold, then I have cough, cold, fever. I have I have a particular, what kind of problem do I have? Okay, that particular problem. Then I have malaria, for example. Okay, if I'm suffering from cough and cold and fever, then I have malaria. Okay, this is nothing but my rule 1. So these kind of rules are present in my knowledge base. Okay, a number of rules are present in my knowledge base. If I'm suffering only from sneezing, then I have only cold. Okay, these kind of problems I call it as rules. Okay, so these rules are present in knowledge base. So I can say knowledge base is having set of rules which are used to represent the domain knowledge. It represents the knowledge. Okay, if then, fine. Second one, I have database. So we already seen database. It includes all the facts. Okay, so these are used to match if the part of the rule is matched, right? If part of rule is matched over here, if I need facts, the facts are present in this database. So this knowledge base and database both are used together with the help of this inference engine. Inference engine is used to do reasoning. Okay, what they are going to do is they are going to do the job of reasoning, like they are going to link the facts and the rules, as we had done in previous video. Okay, it's very simple. So this matching is done with the help of inference engine. Okay, we call it as reasoning. And further, it also uses explanation facilities. Explanation facilities like how a particular thing is, how a particular conclusion is reached. Explain us. So that explanation facility can be given by AI system. Or why a specific fact is needed. Okay, reasons, explanation to you guys is given with the help of this explanation system. Like why I'm using these facts. Okay, or how I have derived to that particular conclusion. So explanation facilities are also provided by this system. Further, I'm having user interface so that my user and my system can communicate with each other. And as we have seen, there is expert with us, domain expert with us, there is knowledge interface with us. Okay, they are also having they come at this part with developer interface. So this is the simplest diagram, okay, for expert based system. I repeat, what is important to us is knowledge database, where we are having all the production rules, database where we have all the facts. So we have inference engine, which is going to do mapping of these two things together, okay, and it will drive conclusions. And from where do I get conclusion? If I have to give explanation facilities will provide with explanation. Here I have end user interface, here I have developer interface. So this is nothing but explanation what I have already given. Okay, so you may check it when it is explanation which I have already delivered. Okay. So knowledge engineer is someone who is capable of designing, building, testing an expert system. So he's responsible, and with the help of domain expert he does this. Okay. So further we have conflict resolution. What if more than one rules are getting matched? What inference system will do? Okay. So if, for example, I have written 3 rules over here. If traffic light is green, then action is to go. Second rule says if traffic light is red, then action is to stop. But if rule 3 says that if traffic light is red, then action is to go. Now what is happening over here? Traffic light is red, traffic light is red. Here action is stop, here action is go. So both of them can be set to fire when the condition is satisfied. So condition part is same for both the cases, right? Both the rules, second and third. So there is conflict over here. Inference engine has to determine like which rule it has to fire, okay, when it gets matched with traffic light is red. It doesn't understand that shall I go to rule 2 or shall I go to rule 3. Okay, so conflict, how to resolve conflict. So there are 3 ways to resolve conflict. First is highest priority, like rules have to be given priority. Okay, give some priority that if this rule comes, it is going to be highest priority. Which one will be having least priority? So based on this priority, you can fire a particular rule in case of conflict. Secondly, what we can do is we can match it with longest matching string. For example, if I have a rule, X is a dog, says then if X is a dog, then X is not smart. Okay, this is one rule. And second rule is if X is a dog and X has a breed equal to X. If X is a dog and X is having a breed, for example Doberman, okay, then X is smart. So what is my inference over here? Which rule will be taken, first or second? I'll go for second rule. Why? Because first rule is so small, X is a dog, then X is not smart. Second rule says X is a dog and X has a breed. Okay, strategy. Third one is fire the rule that uses the data most recently entered in the database. Okay, so whatever you have recently entered in the database, fine, you go on using that particular rule in order to resolve the conflict. Okay, so these are the ways through which you can resolve the conflict. Further, we'll just see what are the characteristics of expert system. Human experts are perishable, like they may die someday. Okay, they may be exhausted someday, but our expert system is permanent. Okay, if a doctor goes, his all knowledge goes, right? So they are perishable, but expert system is permanent. It helps to distribute the expertise of human, right? One expert system may contain knowledge from more than one human expert. Like in expert system, if a human expert is there, he's having his own knowledge. But if I say, if I'm designing expert system, I may consult 10 different doctors and design one expert system, right? So my expert system will become more efficient. But what I'll require is I'll require n number of rules, right now. So my knowledge base will be very large. Fine. So it also reduces the cost of consulting an expert for various domains. So in medical diagnosis, actually this expert system is very useful. Okay, it can solve very complex problems. Okay, So even if it is not affected by emotions like humans, it is having low error rate and it is capable of explaining how they reached a solution. But what are the limitations with respect to it? That it don't have human-like decision power. That if this symptom is not there, and if a rule is not fed to it, then it is not able to take the decision itself. Okay, it is not having human-like capabilities. It can't produce correct result from less amount of data. I said you more and more tools have to be fed to it. It requires excessive training. Common sense is the main issue of the expert system. They don't have common sense, okay? And everything can't be fed. Somewhere or the other, it is limited, okay? How much knowledge should I provide to the expert system? So it is developed for a specific domain. If it is developed for specific domain, it can't be used for other domain, right? So it needs to be updated manually. It does not learn itself. So further, what we can do is this expert system. We need to combine it with machine learning and develop a very good AI application.